Media. Act Now Media, that's right. And we are at Buffalo Police B District, B as in boy. We're here to amend a complaint made by Act Now Media. This would have been April 28th, 2025, when he was assaulted by Buffalo Public Schools employee John Palomara. He is a buyer with the school district, been there for a little over a decade. He was assaulted by Mr. Palomara for asking some pretty basic questions about the allegations made by Buffalo Police Detective Richard High regarding potential and alleged cover-ups of assaults on children in the Buffalo Public Schools. And when Buffalo Police arrived on scene on April 28th, they did take a complaint, and what they charged Mr. Palomara with was criminal mischief in the third degree due to the destruction of Act Now Media's recording device's phone. Because the phone screen was destroyed at the time, we were not able to show Buffalo Police the video of the assault and battery that Mr. Palomara committed against Act Now Media here. So we're at Buffalo B District today to show that video to them, and we would like to have assault and battery charges imposed on Mr. Palomara as well. So, maybe we get the phone out and have them take a look at the video that you're going to submit today. Do you have that?
I do, yeah. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's show them what they're going to be seeing inside here in just a minute.
I thought you sent me to get a ton of like it. I gotta scroll through my dog text. Hold on.
Yeah, basically what we're going to see here is, oh, here we go. Hey, go ahead and play that.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so there you go. The audio may be a little difficult to hear outside, but essentially what occurred is Mr. Palomara walked by auditing Erie County and Act Now Media in the stairwell, said, I'd like to meet you outside.
Yeah, coming down the stairs, past Dan, and Dan kind of laughed at him because he went out of his way to kind of make contact with Dan. So they're on the second floor into there, and I'm on the first floor, and I'm at the bottom of the stairs, and I hear him coming downstairs talking to a coworker, and he's saying, I'll drag him outside and beat his ass, I'll beat the shit out of him. And that's when he walks by me, he makes a comment, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I said, this is the guy that wants to drag Dan outside and beat his ass, why do you want to fight Dan? And then...
Yeah, as you saw, Mr. Palomara walked away, ostensibly planning to either go into the security office or leave the building, stopped, turned around, re-engaged Act Now Media, and then, threatened him. You probably couldn't hear it on the video. If you check out the most recent story that I posted yesterday on my channel, Redress Now, the full video is there. There's an assault threat where he says, if you don't get the phone out of my face, I'm going to drag you out of here and beat the shit out of you. And then obviously you saw the assault where he took a swing at Act Now Media, knocked the phone out of his hand, and destroyed the phone. So why don't we go ahead on into B District here. Dwayne's got the report number that they provided, the complaint number, and we're going to go ahead and we want to amend the complaint, show them this additional evidence, and ask that they impose those charges of assault and battery on Mr. Palomara. Skeleton crew today. Oh, we got someone back there. Yeah, so John Denicola said, sounded like he threatened him. Am I correct? Yeah, you're correct. It's very clear. There's a threat.
He said, and I quote, I'll drag you outside and kick the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'd like a copy of my incident report. Say that again? Crime. And then also, if there's an officer, I'd like to amend my complaint. More evidence came out. It was just criminal mischief, but I have video evidence of the assault now, so I'd like to amend that. I do have a. Sorry, I got the real ID.
Yeah, you're a real Fed boy.
I'm not a super duper terrorist. Real ID makes no sense. I had to pay like $25 for a better ID so the TSA can follow me as I fly.
Mm. Duke Muzi just said, oh, is this the guy I heard was attacked by some school administrator? Yes. Yeah, so this is the gentleman who was attacked, and he was attacked by John M. Palomara, who is a buyer with the Buffalo School District. He's been with them for a little over a decade, made about 80,000 and change in 2024. So, yeah, we were able to get the video off of this gentleman's phone that shows the assault. We didn't have it at the time that the police took his report, so we want to amend the complaint to show that video. Currently Mr. Palomar is charged with criminal mischief in the 3rd degree for destroying the property of this gentleman here, and now that we have evidence of the assault and battery, we want to have those charges imposed as well. Yoko's big man says, are we taking the high road, boys? I suppose. We're trying to get something done out here. Buffalo Public Schools has been a problem for a long time, anti-transparency, authoritarian. If you don't believe me, check out the video I put out yesterday, where I was able to interview Will Carestas, who's the current interim superintendent for the school system. Barbara Lark, who's the former chief of security, put her hands on me, tried to drag me out of a public office. They've been like this for years. I included an audit in yesterday's report from a year ago, happened on January 8th, 2024 with auditing Erie County. They've been like this for at least a year, where they think they can just put their hands on you if you come into their offices, which are public, and ask some basic questions. Now when you go back, like we were there April 28th, which was last Monday, now that they're okay assaulting people, assaulting journalists for asking questions, and they've completely blocked off the entire floor.
Yeah, they locked all the doors.
Yeah.
You can hear them when they're walking down the doors.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever can take another complaint, that'd
Yeah.
be perfect. Yeah.
Lieutenant would be good.
Lieutenant would be perfect. Thank you. It's interesting, and I said this in the video, is that, and it's just proof that.
Real quick, we got a comment from Brandon Mitchell. He says, you have like a 2% chance of them amending the charges. They protect their own. I think in this instance, we have a pretty good chance. And the reason is, if you go back and check out my report on this from last week, the Buffalo Police did a really good job, I thought, good customer service job, coming in, taking the complaint, and making the arrest, and perp walking the Buffalo Schools employee out of the building. So I don't think that Buffalo Police perceive a political or media relations advantage to not going hard on Buffalo schools. They seem to want to hold Buffalo Public Schools accountable. So I think that now that we have this evidence available, they'll amend the charges. I think they will. Hopefully I'm not wrong. And we'll see justice done here. And a message will be sent to Buffalo Public School systems that you got to get these employees under control.
Well, it's interesting, and it shows the hierarchy in political class where there's issues with locking the doors in the schools, there's issues with school security. All those doors in the administrative building were locked. They had no problem locking and unlocking every time they came in and out. They care about their own security. But when it comes to security of your kids, they don't give a shit. And that's telling, and that's evidence of Richard Hyde's report, is that there's a mass security issue, there's a mass, taking care of the children issue, there's a mass problem with all that.
Yeah. Yeah, John Denicola said, I noticed the attorney or whatever the guy was talking a mile a minute, yet now he's closed mouth. It may be talking about the interim superintendent if you're talking about my report release yesterday. And he shut up because he was attempting to falsify harassment and, made up bullying charges, which is not in the penal law, to get me removed when I did that audit a year ago. And he shut right up because when Buffalo Police came, he was educated by myself and the lieutenant that there's no such thing as a bullying charge in the penal law. What I'm doing is completely legal. It's constitutionally protected. I was simply walking into public spaces and occasionally asking questions, and that's not a crime. So once he figured that out, he shut his mouth right up and didn't want to answer any more questions. And that trend continues to this day. If you look at the report that I put out on April 30th on my Redress Now channel, we encountered Mr. Carezdes again, and Auditing Erie County tried to ask him some questions, and the guy just ran down the stairwell while he had security try to block my entry into a public stairwell to continue asking him questions. That's how they do things at Buffalo Public Schools.
Hey, thank you so much. How you doing?
How you doing today?
I'd like to amend my complaint. So more evidence came out. That was just for the proper damage of the phone that was being used to record. We got the data off the phone that shows the assault. Yep.
So when you say assault, what exactly?
So he walked, I can show you the video, he came out, he walked past, came back, swung, then said he's gonna drag me outside and take this shit on me. Well, the phone is right here, so.
So you want to claim, when I read the narrative, it says, victim states as he was inside of City Hall recording, a City of Buffalo employee slapped his phone because he was too close to him, causing the phone to snap. An iPhone, etc.
Yep.
So you want to also add that you were, like where exactly were you struck?
In the hand.
In the hand.
Yep.
So you want to add that when you struck him?
Yeah, and I got the video too for the complaint.
Yes, sir. We think that this rises to the level of assault and battery because you can see the battery on the video, and then the assault is the threat. There's a threat of violence made too.
Yep.
So those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, the only thing, you won't be called assault, being harassment, because assault is if, obviously, we have to go to hospital.
Yeah, no.
So
Okay.
it'll be harassment, because of the stroke. It'll be harassment and then the threats. Okay, so the only thing I would have to, the same officer you dealt with that day, would be the one, Petronella.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could call him back.
Sure.
He'll be the one to.
That's perfect, yeah.
amend the report. And obviously, I'm just.
No, that makes sense. I understand.
Okay, so then, he was there, so he'll
Yep.
know a little more, and then he can amend it to add those.
That's
extra.
understood.
Okay, so you might have to wait a little bit. I don't know if he's might be on a call. I'll
Yep.
give him a call now.
Yeah, works for me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Can amend it and.
We'll hang out. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks again. All right, so we'll wait for Officer Petronella, who I think gave us really good customer service when he met with us on April 30th. He's familiar with the fact pattern, so I think when he sees this video, he'll realize that the claims that were being made the day the assault and battery occurred are accurate. So we'll have him take a look at the video. We can provide a copy to Buffalo Police of the video and hopefully amend this complaint and get a full accounting of the facts on there. All right, guys, I think it's going to be a bit until Petronella gets here, so we will sign off for a bit, and once he arrives, we'll go ahead and go live again and give you a front row seat to the amendment of the complaint here. Till next time, this is Redress Now.